picked up 2 bottles of the Wolf Blast Port, $7 each, very good. This is actually an area I was going to look at just down here, and it's quite attractive. Got some nice little urban parks down there, and they've got a winding footpath, which is quite nice. That wasn't to be. I ended up getting a monster place down near the beach, as it turned out. Yeah, I actually had a couple of nights, alcohol-free nights, so that was good. And I needed a break from the gin, even though I love it. It's something I can't have every single night, you know, it just gets a little too familiar. So I'll probably buy a couple more bottles next week though at Murphy's to get them at that really low price. Last time I looked, they still had that special on, so it's a very good deal. But I'm thinking of maybe heading off on Monday morning, so I won't not be able to make it then, because I want to. I've got to pick up that item at the Trinity Beach post office. I've also got to get some fresh greens from Woolworths, and I might even pop into the local GP's, the one that's right near the James Cook University. It's one stop before the James Cook University stop, and they have a clinic there, and I can't get through to them on the phone, so what I might do is just stop off there and see if I can find out whether they're taking patients or not. Yeah, it's one of those things you can't assume these days that they're going to take new patients, but hopefully they will, because I don't want to go all the way down to Parramatta Park again. And yeah, no, it's a real hassle. So I'm going to try to find a GP locally. The only hassle with this one is that you have to break your journey. You'd have to get off at a couple of stops before Smithfield, which is ultimately where I'd really want to go to, because that's the shopping centre to do most of my shopping. So anyway, well, it's not perfect, but I can work around it. And it worked okay with Trinity Beach PO. That was okay. The post office, it's in a reasonably handy location, and like I said, the main advantage is you miss all the passages once you get to that last section. You come down here, it's a ghost town most of the day. The streets around my way are sort of named after interstate beaches, but up here there's one called Daytona, so obviously it's got nothing to do with. Oh, there's a Daytona beach. Sorry, it's not just a speedway, is it? There actually is a beach as well. Oh, well, so much of that. Well, that one I just passed by is called Otter. I don't see what that's got to do with beaches, but it is a little random. But down my way, no, it's all sort of interstate beach places that they've named the streets after. What's the one here? Portsea. Oh, there you go. That's a beach. Definitely a beach down the Mornington Peninsula. And Cottesloe is apparently WA beach. So no, there's still a fair few beach names here. Yeah, but anyway, I feel a lot better. I feel like I'm relaxing a bit more. I think I'm over the worst of the pollen too, but it will come every year. So seeing that these tablets are good until 2023. You know, I think it's good to have a decent supply of them, because I know I'll need them when it flares up again. And I think it generally is in the winter months, which is sort of counterintuitive. But up here, it's a bit different. Sort of down south. So not so much. I guess winter here might be more like spring in the southern states. Anyway. And that's the shortcut down. One of these days I'll have to try that. Go down there and get to the shops that way. But not today. Just don't have the energy to do it today. What's this? Sale. Garage sale, huh? trouble with garage sales. I've got to carry whatever I buy back home, and if it's bulky at all, I'm stuffed. Oh, it's Monday morning. I was talking about the broken bottles down at Parramatta Park, and I just walked past a broken, looks like a broken beer bottle in my own street. So I've got nothing to talk about. Not that you sort of see any hoon behaviour around here, very strange. Anyway, I've got to catch a bus. I'm going to try to touch base with the Smart Clinic, the GP clinic just near James Cook University. Tried calling him again today. Of course, the phone is constantly engaged like every other GP probably in the country at the moment. That's quite pretty, the way the clouds are just hanging above the road. Yeah, very nice. Every time I go for a walk, it's funny, I see the damn bus. It's almost like it's taunting me, you know, when I actually want to wait for the thing. Of course, it'll come late and I'll be waiting at the stop forever. When I'm just going for a walk down to the local shops, no. I saw it again on Saturday, so did a bit of my own DIY yesterday and put together the stand for pot plants that I'd bought at Kmart. I can't say that I did the greatest job in that the thing is not balanced, but that may not be my mistake, it may not be my fault. It could be the design of the damn thing. It's just one of these cheap Chinese flat pack jobs, and yeah, I followed the instructions. They weren't too hard to follow once I worked out the logic of them. Everything was marked, all the pieces were marked, so it was pretty hard to stuff it up. And it does look like the what they've got in the photos, but again, it's not a great construction, I've got to say. Now that may be partially my fault, but I think I followed all the instructions correctly, so I just don't think it's particularly well, it was cheap as you get what you pay for to some extent, don't you? But at least I did it, I got it done, and I also took the vacuum cleaner out of the pack. I didn't do any shoveling yesterday, so I felt I had to do a few other things. I actually got my information on stocks up to date, buying and selling. I'm certainly not going to set the world on fire with a huge capital gain this year. It's going to be very mediocre. Couple of thousand at the very most, I would say. 9:12, yeah. That's what I expected. It's supposed to come by at 9:12, and I bet you it hasn't. It's about 9:12 now, I think. 9:12 on the nose, there you go. So, isn't it nice? Look at that with the clouds, very, very picturesque. Oh, it is a nice area. But yeah, I'm going to have to go to the faculty GP because I want to see if there's any openings for new patients, because I mean, clients, patients, I don't know what we call ourselves these days as we go to GP. Maybe mug would be a better way of describing us. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to go there and see that I can get there, get in, and if I can, I'll make an appointment. And because the last time I was at the GP at Parramatta Park, there was a bit of confusion with the girl I saw, and she didn't write out a script for one of the items I wanted. So yeah, it was a bit of a stuff up. I think, look, I suspect this clinic could be a little easier to communicate with the people there. It looks as though it's okay. It gets decent reviews. The one that gets bucketed is the one that's a bulk billing practice that's actually opposite Smithfield shopping centre, and that's the problem. I'd have to go across the Cook Highway to even get to this other place, but it got really bad reviews for being late with the appointments and things, and just generally not happy with the service, the quality of the service there. So I figured they're both not in ideal locations, but I'll try what they call the smart clinic. So we'll see how we go. It just means I have to break my journey. So if I get a daily ticket, that's the way to go. And then on the return journey after going to Smithfield, so I go to this clinic first, then I get on the bus again to get to Smithfield, and then from Smithfield I get to Trinity Beach post office, and again I'm going to have to change buses, so it's going to be a bit of waiting today. Not ideal, but and I'm a bit worried that the post office may not be open today. It should be, because it's not a public holiday here in Queensland, but it is Queen's birthday in Melbourne and Sydney and New South and Victoria. So seeing the post office is a national thing. Look, it should be open in Queensland, I think. So wouldn't be happy if it's closed, but I'll roll the dice with that one. But yeah, apart from that, it is not a public holiday in Queensland. The reason I know it was a public holiday in Melbourne is because I was looking up the football fixtures and noticed there's a game on today between Collingwood and Melbourne. Fairly traditional clash, and in the afternoon, and that's a classic sign that it's a public holiday game, which it is. So and I actually watched the whole football match last night. It's the first time I've done that for a while, but seeing I've got broadcast TV, I thought I'd take the opportunity to watch a whole game, and it was very frustrating in that Richmond lost to West Coast pretty well in the last few minutes of the game. They were leading nearly all of the game prior to that, and then they lost it just in the last quarter. Yeah, very, very hard to take, but yeah, it's a tough game, the old football, and I can't see Richmond doing much this year. So, although they played well overall, I thought they were okay, but yeah, they needed to win that. That would have been a real bonus to win a game like that on the road. But look, I haven't even been following them lately. They might have won a few other games just recently, so I haven't looked at the ladder. So my interest isn't that great at the moment. I've got plenty of other things on my mind. I was looking at, thinking the opportunity. Here's the bus now, so it is late, probably about 5 minutes late. I think it's probably about 17 past 9, so it should have been here at 12 past, but that's not too bad compared to other buses. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, it's about 4 minutes late. That's reasonable. So, and someone's getting off on my stop. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I looked at raised garden beds as an idea, so that's that would be a quick and easy way for me to expand the actual amount of land I have available for horticulture. So they'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah, so that's I saw that the price is around $100 or so for them. The one I liked was about $120 something. That was only at Bunnings. They probably come in flat packs, these things that you can get get sent to the post office. So that might be an option there. I don't know if they'd be that heavy. I mean, it's not super. That wouldn't be heavy wood that they'd use, but I might look that up and see whether I can get something through eBay that either be delivered by a courier or sent to the post office. So I'll look at those options, because if you put them up, they basically shade all the grass underneath there anyway, so that'll just die off. And it's probably a cheap way of expanding the amount of space I have dedicated to growing vegetables, for instance, and herbs. So it makes a bit of sense, actually. So I'll definitely take that option up, I think. I'm just getting an amended quote today from the tree loppers. They got back to me, so that's good. And I'm picking up some more gin at Murphy's for $38.90 a bottle, getting a couple more bottles of that. Very good deal. I don't know how long it's going to last, so might as well pay the lowest amount I can to get it. So yep, they confirmed they got their order waiting for me now, so excellent. So now it's just a matter of embarking on this journey. I think this is the best time of the day to actually leave, because the school kids are done, and up until about 3 o'clock it should be a reasonably safe time to travel with very few passengers, which will make it a fairly relaxing journey, one would hope. Anyway, we'll see if my plan comes to fruition. And maybe I'll do some more shoveling of earth this arvo, see how I feel. Certainly the weather's improved. We've finally got some sun, and we didn't have any for about 2 days, which is very unusual. So it was very overcast and a little drizzly, but today it seems to have cleared up, so yeah, it's quite a nice day. 24 degrees, can't complain. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.